Thanks to the support as a channel member, Dan Taylor SEO. Well, I think I've just about figured out what my best starting 11 is, what my best system is, and what's more, if things go well today, we should finish the episode above Tamworth and in an automatic promotion spot. And welcome to Club 2, Part 4 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have two games for you against the bottom two teams in the league. We're away against Gillingham and at home against Harrogate. As you can see, they are right at the bottom of the league, and we are up in an automatic promotion spot, 2 points behind Tamworth with a game in hand. Wrexham are already gone. Wrexham are up. Wrexham have had an incredible season. They've done what we should have done if we hadn't have had a coward in charge for the first half of the season. But as you can see, since that little wobble that we had in yesterday's, or Friday's, in fact, episode, we have got back to winning ways, largely because of the return of Ross Stewart, although he did then immediately pick up an injury again, because it seems to be what he does. But his return was the catalyst, and we've now kind of figured out what our best system is, and it is very much this diamond that we have been using, and bringing in Andrew has been a big boost for us as well. So first up, we have Gillingham. This is the team we're putting out there, and fingers crossed we can pick up a fourth win in a row and jump above Tamworth into second place in the league. So we've got Whiteman in goal, a back four of Hamer, Burke, Tomkinson and Furlong, Oshilaya at the base of the midfield with Powell and Harper ahead of him, Andrew then in behind Stockton, and Finn Aziz, who we've been using at centre forward in the absence of Stewart, and it seems to be going quite well. Nathan Lowe was also injured as well, which is why he's not currently in the team. So we're not having a lot of luck with the strikers, but Finn Aziz certainly seems to be enjoying playing at centre forward. He scored a couple of goals recently, and having him and Andrew in the team at the same time, they're both far too good for this level and very creative attacking presences. So fingers crossed they can demonstrate that again today. Powell also doing incredibly well. He's well into double figures for goals for the season, and Reece Burke has just got his first ever goal for the club with less than a minute on the clock. We are very good at set pieces. That was the other thing I was going to mention. Didn't even have time to mention it because we're too busy scoring from 1-0 on 59 seconds, and that should see us leapfrog above Tamworth, who played yesterday, I think, but that puts us ahead of them. And obviously I want Tamworth to come up with us, but my main priority is to see us get promoted. We're not going to win the league. Wrexham, like I say, 12 points clear. There's 7 games to go after this one. Wrexham are not going to bottle that league title from this position, but we are starting to look pretty good for that other automatic promotion spot. A 5-point gap currently between us and Gateshead down in fourth. Doncaster, who were the team that were up in the top 3 with Tamworth for a lot of this season, are having one of those little collapses that you often see in Football Manager, although they've just gone ahead in their game. So maybe they're not in full-on collapse mode just yet, but we just got to keep on winning. If we keep on winning, we are going to be in League One next season, and might even be tempted to spend some of this money that we've got, this war chest that we didn't spend at all in January, and will allow us to go out and bring in some League One, maybe even Championship quality players in the summer. Wouldn't that be nice? Stockton now knocks the ball back to Andrew, and then there's a ball over the top for Harper, who's burst out of midfield, clatters the already injured goalkeeper. It's chaos at the back for Gillingham. I can see why they're bottom of the league, but they do just about get away with that one. But now it's Furlong down the right-hand side, charging down this right flank. Big, deep cross, looking for Finn Aziz. It ends up with Aziz on the edge of the area, or Azaz, not Aziz. Have I been calling him Aziz the whole time? Finn Azaz. I've signed that player before and know his name, but I don't know why I've been saying it wrong for several episodes. I imagine that's been fun in the comments, hasn't it? Finn Azaz. Azaz. I apologise to Finn Azaz. I do know what your name is. I just can't read. Right, we're 1-0 up at half-time. Maybe now I'm saying his name right, he'll stop getting injured all the time. That would be a little bonus if we could make that happen. But 1-0 up at half-time, we'll definitely take that. Although, obviously, with Gillingham being as poor as they are this season, absolutely rock bottom of the league, you would expect things to be looking a little more comfortable than they are. And in fact, they've got an opportunity here from a set piece, but Stockton heads it clear. We have got a few of our injured players starting to return to contention on the bench. We don't have Stewart or Lowe down there, so we don't quite have the firepower to come on and offer some more in attack. But Long is now back and fit enough to sit on the bench so he can start competing with Furlong again, although Furlong is absolutely loving this attacking wing-back role that he's got in this system, and he's proving to be pretty effective down that right-hand side. So it might be tricky for Long to force his way back in the team, but I mean, he is the club captain, so we probably have to get him back in at some point. There is Azaz. There you go. Look, saying his direct. Lovely ball from Powell. Stockton's in. It's a 13th goal of the season for him, and that should be enough to finish Gillingham off 2-0. 20 minutes to go. Their injured goalkeeper boots the ball clear in frustration, and fingers crossed, that is job done for today. They wouldn't be so far adrift at the bottom of the league if they were capable of coming back from a situation like this, surely. Right, we're going to take off Andrin. Azaz is going to drop back into that role, and we're going to bring on Nemzik to play up front with Stockton, which we've done quite a few times this season. Oshelaya is going to come off as well, or he would if we had another midfielder. We don't, so actually we're going to leave him on, and in fact leave everything as is. I'm tempted to bring Sam Long on, actually, just to get some game time back into him as he recovers from his injury, because if something happens to Furlong, we need Long to be fighting fit and ready to just slot straight back into the team. And we could probably take off Azaz as well. His work today is done. He's not having the best of games today. And we've got Shay Lacey, who's recovering from his injury, can play anywhere across the attacking midfield three. So although we brought him in to be a winger, he can slot into that role. Paul Smith is recovering as well, although he is on the transfer list at his own request. So I'm not desperate to accommodate a spot for him back in the team. Well, I am wondering, he can play wing back. Maybe we just try him there. Try him at left back. What's the worst that can happen? He doesn't want to be here. Hamer needs a rest. Let's give Smith a little bit of an opportunity to rehabilitate himself, both in terms of fitness and getting back into my good books by showing he's a team player and happy to come in and play as a wing back in this system. He's probably not very happy about it, but frankly, I'm not here to make Smith happy. We've picked up a 2-0 win. Lovely old stuff. We are above Tamworth in the league, so that's my first target that I set when I arrived here. We have finally gone past Tamworth. 7 games to go. We just need to keep winning, and hopefully we'll do that against Harrogate now. Right, we are rotating a few players for the Harrogate game. Harrogate are a team who are down in the relegation battle. They're actually in the relegation zone at the start of the episode, so they've just beaten Cambridge 2-0 in their last match, so it might actually be better than I thought they were. But it's the second game in 3 days. We need to rotate, try and keep our players fit for the rest of this run in. And we're also still kind of figuring out who our best team is. So Lonwick comes in at the back to play alongside Burke. We're giving a first start to Keggs Chalk, who I've not really given the time of day to since I've been here. He's not started a game all season, but did play 43 times in League One last season. So he's perhaps not a player we should be completely writing off. We're also giving Mark Leonard a rare start in central midfield alongside Azaz, who dropped back down to central midfield with the return of Nathan Lowe to the side at centre forward alongside Stockton. So let's get this team submitted. Furlong is captain. So we've now got our captain Long and our vice captain effectively is Furlong, and whichever one of them plays at right back gets to wear the captain's armband. It makes all the sense in the world to me. I'm not going to argue. Right, Azaz on the edge of the area. Now I'm saying his name right. I'm expecting a goal from him today, but he's just passed the ball backwards. This is completely unacceptable. But there is Azaz again, giving it to Burke. Burke probably would have been a decent shout for captain in the absence of Long, but I guess Football Manager, in its wisdom, had other ideas. Maybe Burke's not played enough games. I don't think he's played quite as many times for us as Furlong has, because he did sign a little later. Andrew now on the left. Cross comes in, looking for 6'5" Low, and once again, he can't keep his header down once he gets himself into those positions. He's not quite exploded into this team the way I hoped he would, Nathan Lowe. I think he's probably a a half-season long experiment that we're unlikely to persist with going into next year. That's good work from Chalk, though, at the base of the midfield. And now Anjorin dancing past his man. I mean, I can't say all of their names right at the same time. It's not possible. Azaz and Anjorin, they are just going to have to accept I'm going to say their names wrong. They're probably our two best players, and I just cannot get their names right consistently. Even though I know the correct way to say them, they just come out of my mouth differently, and I don't know why. I have no excuses. Still 0-0, 20 minutes in. Harrogate are desperately trying to claw themselves out of this relegation battle. I don't know if they've had a new manager recently, but that win over Cambridge is a decent result. But hopefully we can ruin their hopes of survival today with a win that would keep us in that position above Tamworth, which is the most important thing for me. I know the top three go up. I absolutely want to be going up in second place to justify to everybody that I was right to make this move. Right, we've got a penalty. It's going to be Stockton to take. It was a very soft penalty, but we don't care. Stockton with the chance to put us 1-0 up, and it's such a poor penalty. I mean, the goalkeeper has caught it. How bad a penalty does it have to be if the goalkeeper can actually catch it? And not only that, I think if the keeper had missed it, it looked like it was going to hit the post or the crossbar, or it was just a rubbish penalty. Chalk now plays it back to Hamer. Hamer with the cross to the far post where Leonard is lurking. It ends up being headed back in by Furlong and straight back into the hands of the goalkeeper again, who once again is showing his fancy ability to catch a football. Where's being a fancy goalkeeper? I'm trying to show off for the TV cameras that aren't here. Make the saves look spectacular. None of this catching the ball because it's the most efficient and sensible thing to do as a goalkeeper. I won't have it. I want you to just push it back out into the path of our onrushing attackers, you monster. Right, Chalk to Leonard. Lovely ball over the top from Leonard. Stockton nods it down to low, and now Anjorin goes past his man, and it's such a tame effort. He's just rolled that into the path of the goalkeeper, and we have had several good chances in that first half and not taken any of them. Maybe we have to put Azaz back up front. Maybe he was the answer, just because I guess he is a little bit more mobile and gives us something a little bit different in our strikers compared to what we get out of Lowe and Stockton when they play in those roles. And now Tamworth are winning and have moved back above us. It's not acceptable. Anjorin, clever little free kick, playing it into the path of Azaz, who, although it was a clever free kick, Azaz didn't seem to know it was coming, and then just kind of goes out wide and hits an aimless cross once again into the hands of Mr. Catchy in goal for Harrogate. And he lumps the ball forward, and hopefully it's coming straight back down his throat. Anjorin has got the ball again, gives it off to Azaz, and he's got Hamer coming up to support him. And now Hamer goes past his man, hit the cross. He does hit the cross. Lowe is there, heads it back across goal and hits the post. That's probably the best chance we've had in this entire game. Penalty aside, I don't even count the penalty as a good chance because it was such a rubbish penalty. It basically stopped being a penalty. It was so poor. Offer some encouragement. Come on, boys. We must have a match winner in amongst us somewhere. Who scored for Tamworth? It's a goal by that striker Morgan that they've signed on loan, who is not one of my boys. It makes it even worse. They're going ahead of us with a player who's not even one of my boys scoring the goal. Right, Nimzik is going to come on to play up front. We're also, who else have we got who can come on and try and win the game? Paul Smith is fit again. Do we maybe try the 4-2-3-1 again? I think we are. We're going to try something a little bit different. The system that we were using right back at the start when we first arrived here goes something like, with these players, something like this. Although I guess we'll have to put Azaz a little bit. We'll put both of them further forward. We'll do an old school 4-2-3-1 with no DMs. It might be risky, but we're trying to win a football match here. I might be putting too much weight on finishing above Tamworth because it's probably more important that we don't lose in a match like this. But this is a team who are supposed to be getting relegated. We shouldn't need a DM against them. It was cowardly thinking like that got Burton into the pickle they were in the first place from the previous manager. So come on, boys, let's go attacking. We're demanding more. There's got to be someone who can offer us a goal. We've conceded a corner. What's going on? Right, Nibs is going to come on now. Nimzik can go up front. And then Furlong is tired, so Sam Long can come on at right back. Please don't concede a goal here, gentlemen. Oh, my word, that was close. Right, 10 minutes for us to get up the other end and score a goal. Come on. Come on now. There must be a goal in us. I need to shout something, but there's nothing left to shout. Just do a football, for goodness sake. Ever since I've changed the tactic, it's been all Harrogate. They look like the most likely team to pick up a win here, which the form we're in and the league position they're in makes me very upset. Oh, my word. Whiteman has just made an excellent save to keep it at 0-0. But it's once again a Harrogate corner. This is not the end of game pressure that I was hoping for in this match. We need Ross Stewart back again. The man is forever injured. We need to wrap him in bubble wrap and cotton wool and whatever else you wrap a man in to stop him getting injured, and just get him out there for the last 6 games of the season, because when he plays, he scores. We just can't get him playing often enough. Azaz releases Neemsik. We've got a decent opportunity for a counter-attack here. Smith delayed and let everyone get back into position. That's why we're not fussed about keeping him. He has been fouled there, so we have got a free kick in a dangerous position, but not dangerous enough for it to generate a highlight, because the game just continued and we didn't even get to see what happened. We're into the last few minutes, time added on. We're demanding more. We should be doing better than this against a team at this end of the table, and it's going to be Leonard with the free kick. There's 30-40 seconds left in the match. We need to score here. The ball forward, looking for Nibs, doesn't find him. Azaz just needs to get it back in the penalty area. Samuel's now back to Azaz. He floats it over. Nibs is there at the far post. Oh, and he's hit the base of the post. We have had the chances to win it today, and hopefully that's not going to cost us at the end of the season. We are still comfortably in an automatic promotion spot, but everyone knows my battle is with Tamworth. I want to finish above them, and as it is, with 6 games to go, they've gone back above us. We are still 6 points clear of Gateshead, so should be looking good for that automatic promotion spot. We actually have a game with Gateshead coming up, and Wrexham. Goodness me, there's some big matches coming. Let's see if we can secure promotion in them, boys and girls. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.